I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. After seasonal highs in the low 80s this afternoon, we'll see thunderstorms in western areas during the mid to late afternoon. Move to the east tonight, possibly into tomorrow morning. Severe storms are most likely across the panhandle, where there is a slight risk. Tomorrow, a warm front boosting our highs into the mid to upper 80s. Ridge of high pressure extending northeast from the desert southwest brings us our hottest temperatures so far this year. Widespread highs in the 90s are likely for Wednesday and Thursday, including highs around 100 over southwest Nebraska and northern Kansas on Thursday. A few thunderstorms are possible for Thursday night into Friday with a cold front. Highs drop back into the 80s for Friday through the weekend. Thunderstorms likely for Friday night, possibly into Saturday as low pressure moves across the plains. Occasional thunderstorm chances persist through the weekend. Right now, it's still too early to tell what the chances are for severe weather. Heat is on the way in the long-term forecast. Warmer than normal temperatures are likely this weekend through June 23rd for Nebraska, Kansas, and the eastern two-thirds of the U.S. Above normal rainfall is predicted for Nebraska and Kansas this weekend through early next week, before a slight decrease to near normal rainfall the late half of next week through June 23rd. Key weather factors impacting the markets include rain in the northern U.S. while the east is drier, a pattern change towards hot and active weather this weekend in the U.S., parts of Europe staying too wet, and heat and dryness in the Black Sea region. On the southern plains, recent and ongoing rainfall is providing relief in some of the remaining drought-affected areas, although some of the rain arrived too late to benefit the winter wheat. Hot weather gradually expands to cover much of the U.S., with temperatures topping 100 by Thursday as far north as the Central Plains. For much of the U.S., significant rainfall is scarce over the next 5 days, with completely dry weather expected across the interior southeast, extending as far north as the Ohio River. Mostly light to moderately heavy rain and thunderstorms occur in other areas, including the plains, Midwest, and Northeast. Across the central and southern plains, a much larger storm moves through for Friday and Saturday, with widespread rain over the weekend and into next week. Rainfall in the central and southern plains should be mostly helpful for developing corn and soybeans, but could hinder the wheat harvest. In Brazil, dry conditions and warm temperatures are helping second crop corn to mature, but the conditions are not favorable for the crop that's not mature. Rain is possible in Brazil's key second crop corn areas by the weekend. Towards Argentina, limited rain is helpful for the remaining corn and soybean harvest, but the winter wheat needs some rain to help with planting and establishment. In Northwest Europe, rain chances continue into the midweek in an area that has not seen many breaks from a wet pattern that's been in place for months. For the Black Sea region, there was rain over western Ukraine over the weekend, while it was much drier and hotter to the south and east. The rain moves into eastern Ukraine and southwestern Russia late this week and weekend, which is needed for heading wheat and developing corn. Time is running out, though, for the rain to help the wheat. With the check of your ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.